Let's talk about another topic that's been very controversial. Difference between the federal Justice Department and California state law is in marijuana policy and recreational marijuana use and medical marijuana use. So what's your thoughts on that dispute? Because there's been certainly, I know that the Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions, is very, very much anti any kind of substance, including marijuana. Yet California has laws that support recreational marijuana. So how do you work that angle?
Well, one of the grave injustices that has been committed here in California, and I think nationally, is the use of the war on drugs and targeting it in many ways on communities of color and throwing people in prison and jails for very, very long periods of time for non-serious, non-violent drug possessory offenses. And this includes marijuana. I mean, a lot of people have been swept up and put in jail and prisons for long periods of time for possession of marijuana. As a result, communities have been deprived of people, families have been deprived of people, people have been hardened in the jails and prisons, they've been stamped with a felony stamp, and then when they're released, they can't vote, they can't find a job, they can't find housing, and then they reoffend and back they go in. So this is a big problem. And one of the benefits of California's decision to decriminalize marijuana is at least breaking that cycle as it relates to marijuana possessory offenses. So now that the voters have made that decision, I think it's important that we implement it successfully. What I've been doing as insurance commissioner is working hard to make sure there's insurance available for cannabis businesses. Cannabis businesses now that are licensed in California are legitimate businesses, and I want them to have the same insurance protections as anybody else. So if a consumer walks into a retail facility, if someone works for a cannabis business, if someone's investing in a cannabis business, they have all the insurance protections that any other business or consumer might have. And we've had success in doing that. We've got over 25 writers of what's called surplus lines insurance and the first commercial admitted insurance to write. The decision by Sessions to tear up the Cole Memorandum, which was the memorandum from the Obama administration that said that U.S. attorneys will not prioritize and will essentially not bring investigations and prosecutions against cannabis businesses that are licensed lawfully under state laws. The decision to get rid of that policy, I think, is a bad one, and one that's totally at odds with what we've done here in California. So far, the good news is that the federal government doesn't seem to have begun any of those investigations or prosecutions against licensed cannabis industries, but it is a problem, and it continues to send the wrong message, I think, and a message contrary to what we're trying to do here in California.